Hello everyone, welcome back to Bits and Bob's Divination. My name is Caitlin and today we are going to be reading into the energy, insights, and guidance coming in for your week ahead. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so welcome back everyone who joins me for these weekly readings every single Monday. It's lovely to have you guys back here again today. But before you guys skip on through and start skipping on to the piles, I really do want to ask you guys a quick favor and let me know in the comments what you think and give me some feedback, because I am thinking about changing up the arrangement of my videos lately, because I do normally do a monthly video, then 3 to 4 weekly videos, and then a monthly video again. And if I'm lucky, I get in a second video of a timeless video, but that just really hasn't been realistic with my schedule. So I'm thinking instead of doing a week by week basis, instead I do a 2-week span for these readings. So instead of doing just your week, I'll do the next 2 weeks. And in that second week, instead of doing another weekly video, I would do a timeless video. So things like I've done recently or in the past of what you're most proud of, or your spiritual and magical gifts and abilities, and other ones that could be like love readings. And we can also start bringing in more empowering spiritual readings and other sorts of things that maybe you guys would be interested in. So feel free to let me know if that interests you guys down below, or if you want me to stick it to the week by week basis, because I know a lot of you really like the routine of that as well. So let me know. I really would appreciate the feedback so much. Feel free to let me know of other video types that you guys would be interested in as well, because I want to know what you guys think. I want to be able to bring what you guys are most interested in and what you guys would really like as a community, and so that I can really share with you the information that you guys are seeking. So thank you so much to each of you who have joined and let me know down in the comments already. I really do appreciate it. You can also let me know in some of the polls that I will be doing this week on my Instagram if you guys are pretty active there. But with all of that said, thank you so much for listening. I also want to say welcome to everyone who is new as well. As I said, I'm changing some of my stuff up, but if you are new and this is one of your very first videos here with me and aren't able to necessarily give feedback, I do want to let you know that every single Monday, no matter what, I will be doing a different reading. So that could be a timeless reading, a weekly reading, or a monthly blessings reading, or anything else in between. So if you're interested in any of that, or the charms and tarot that I use here, as well as oracle cards, feel free to subscribe and join this wonderful community that's growing every day. And so if you want to be a part of that, that'd be lovely. But before I ramble on anymore, let's go ahead and look at these piles. Alright, so I decided to go for the theme that I use quite often of using all of these different little jars or vials of something and a crystal, because it's kind of a fan favorite, and I personally really like using them because I have so many different little vials of different things for my own magical and spiritual practice, so it's really quite fun for me to get these out and about. But let's go ahead and look at these piles here. So for pile number 1 here, we have a piece of orange calcite alongside this little jar or vial of little tiny mini pine cones. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, these little tiny pine cones, they're so cute. So that is pile number 1. Hopefully it doesn't roll. For pile number 2 here, we have a piece of clear quartz with this little extra piece here on the side. And then also these are sunflower petals. So this is pile number 2 with sunflower petals and this piece of crystal clear point. So that's pile number 2. And then lastly, for pile number 3 here, we have some emerald. And then also these dandelion seeds, or the little fluff that you would use to blow wishes, with little dandelions in like yards and stuff. So that is pile number 3 with the emerald and these seeds. So those are the 3 different piles to choose from. As always, let's go ahead and take a deep breath together so you can really connect to your intuition, clear your mind, clear your mental state, so that you can choose the pile that really does fit you. And you can do this as many times as you need. Feel free to pause the video as well. But let's go ahead and take a deep cleansing breath here now. So as always, you can choose any one of the piles that really fits you and that you feel called to. You can choose 2 of the piles, 3 of the piles, 1 of the piles. You can choose a pile, change your mind, flip-flop as you'd like. There is no right or wrong way to do this. But for those of you who already know which pile is for you, feel free to go down in the description where you can find your specific timestamp, or you can use the chapter marks within the video to find your specific piles as well. But before you leave, before you go to your pile, just a reminder again to feel free to join in on the feedback, especially for those of you who join in weekly. I'd love to know your guys' ideas. I'd love to have some information on what you guys would be liking on this channel, even different timeless videos that maybe you'd be most interested in, all that kind of stuff. Definitely very interested and would love to communicate with you guys and see what you guys think. So yeah. Hopefully you guys can understand what I meant by that, and if not, I'll try to have it down in the description below more on what I'm talking about in case I didn't really explain it very well here in this intro. But yeah, thank you so much for those of you who are watching, who are giving feedback and all of that, and we'll go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hello Group 1, if you've decided to choose this piece of honey calcite as well as these little mini pine cones, then this is the pile for you. I'm going to go ahead and set both of these down right here for you so you can see them during your reading. As today we are going to be using the charms, the watercolor affirmations, we're also going to be using the Celtic Lenormand deck and the Sea Melodies deck. And we're also using the Everyday Tarot today. So I hope you guys have had a wonderful week and that things have been treating you well so far. But let's go ahead and get started and see see what's going to be coming up for your week. But let's go ahead and get started. So Group 1, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance for Group 1 on their week ahead. The week ahead for Group 1. What does Group 1 need to know about the week ahead for them? All right. So here you have the 10 of Swords. Let's see what else is in store here. So Group 1, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance coming in for Group 1 on their week ahead. The week ahead for Group 1. The week ahead for Group 1. What do we need to know about Group 1 here? Okay, so you also have here the 5 of Swords. Let's see what else. So Group 1, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance coming in for Group 1 on their week ahead. And then you also have here the Queen of Wands. All right, okay. So definitely a more complicated week. That's what I would probably say. Possibly more difficult, more stressful. But there are some good things coming out of this Queen of Wands that I'm seeing here. So let's see some more information for Group 1 here. So Group 1, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance, or completion of this context for this week. For Group 1, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or context for Group 1. All right, let's see what you got here. So you have here the Anchor, and with each of these Celtic Lenormand cards, they also have different numbers that may resonate with you based off of dates, birth dates, other certain things that are coming up in the week, things like that. They may just resonate on a very specific and personal level for you. But this one here is the number 35 and also the 9 of Swords or the 9 of Spades. So that is your Celtic Lenormand message. So let's go ahead and look at your Sea Melodies. So Group 1 here. Group 1, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance coming in for Group 1 on their week ahead. The week ahead for Group 1. Okay, so you also have Prudence here. Don't be lured by the siren song. Yes, definitely feeling this energy with that 5 of Swords especially. Okay. Let's see what else here. So this will be your last message here before we dive into each of these messages, but stay tuned later because we will be doing your charm cast to get more details on the week. So Group Group 1 here. We're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance. Okay, so all of those fell upside down, so I'm going to go ahead and pull you a couple more here. So Group 1, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance. Alright, so you have here, life keeps turning. Life keeps turning. So that is your watercolor affirmation for the week, which I definitely see here with this 10 of Swords. So let's go ahead and start diving into the nitty-gritty here. So based off the fact that you got this 10 of Swords and this 5 of Swords together is showcasing to me a difficulty in communication with people, because swords can represent communication, the way that our words can really slice and dice you, you know. They can be harsh, they can be mean, they can be abrasive. But at the same time, it also is how you react to the situation that can make a difference as well. So you have here the 5 of Swords, which has come up a couple different times in my readings lately for you guys. So for some of you, it may be that you are the person possibly causing some of this, so it's really important for you guys to reflect on each of these readings and see which way this really resonates for you, who in this context you think you are. But someone is getting hurt, whether it's you or someone else, by words that are being thrown out, because you have here with the 5 of Swords someone wanting it all, really, like they want to have their cake and eat it too kind of feeling. They want all the swords, they want everything, they are competitive, and they're going to work really hard to get what they want, and in doing so they are harming either you or you are harming someone else and causing this pain for them, causing this heartache, causing this difficulty to want to get back up, right? So with these cards and the fact that you've got the life keeps on turning too, it's important to look at this card as well, because it's not a card that a lot of people really like. The 10 of Swords represents, feeling like someone backstabbed you, hurt you, or put you in a position where you felt in pain or felt upset or felt backed up into a corner, like it's just a repeating cycle. And seeing as it says life keeps on turning, it's time for you to get back up, but not only get back up, but seeing as you have the Queen of Wands here and also this anchor, and don't be lured by the siren song of prudence, I'm just really seeing that this is the week that you're finally going to either stand up to who this person is, or you're going to be confident in yourself enough to not feel like you need to have all of this, need to take over everyone else if this is you in this context wanting it all, So because of these different cards, especially with Don't Be Lured by the Siren Song and the Life Keeps on Turning, I feel like most of you are probably on the latter side of being the one that got hurt, or the one that was put in the situation that you were not really prepared for, right? That you weren't ready for, that you weren't confident enough for. And the Queen of Wands talks about confidence. She is all confidence and she gets it done, She knows who she is. She goes after what she wants. She doesn't, hesitate. And it may be because you feel like you have to hesitate around this person, tiptoe around them, feel sort of manipulated by them, or feel like they have, an edge over you. And especially because there's these 4 swords here, and then I see these 4 swords right here, like they're almost reusing them against you. So there may be that someone's using something from your past against you this week, trying to use something that is going to trip you up or make you feel unsteady, because you also have here the anchor, and the anchor is about feeling grounded, feeling safe, feeling at a harbor, and feeling like you can get the resources you need, that your work and career are going well, that your finances are well, that you feel stable and grounded and at home with not only yourself, but also it can be in a literal sense of feeling like you've come home to loved ones. When they dock the ship and they put down the anchor, they're anchoring themselves back down to their family, to their home life. And so in this case, it may be that you're finally getting to see some family again, but because of that, there may be people who are not so great in your family or are toxic. So that's something else to find out if the anchor is something that you are feeling roped down to, or because you are actually grounded in them. So there's a lot of reflection from this specific week, and I think it's really important for you to figure out which side of this is really resonating for you, which person you feel like you are. Are you this confident Queen of Wands and getting what you want, or are you the one who needs to be more confident and stand up against this Five of Swords energy? Not being lured by the siren song too is telling me that if you have someone in your workplace possibly, or in your family, who is being sort of a bully, or pressuring you to do something that does not, it doesn't have anything to do with your life purpose. It doesn't make you feel confident. It doesn't make you feel good. It makes you feel stuck or, pinned down. And then that, you just have to keep getting back up. But it's time to stand up and stand your ground. It's time to not be even lured by it, because, bullies and people who are trying to manipulate you, they usually use you and your mind as, a way to get in. And with Don't Be Lured by the Siren Song, they're singing this song to you, this song and dance that continues with this life keeps on turning. This is a cycle that's continued, and the only way it's going to stop is if you just turn the song off. And yes, easier said than done. Oh my gosh, how easy would it be if you could just turn off their noise, But it does come with confidence, is being confident in yourself, also confident in your own mindset and thought. So if they're trying to manipulate and get in at you, maybe it's time to reflect and see, am I truly getting my opinions and thoughts and feelings from another person, or are these my actual feelings and thoughts? And so really look into some of that this week. See where you're possibly being alluded towards something that you no longer, want in your life, and maybe that doesn't resonate with them anymore, or you don't resonate with them anymore. So there's a lot of just changing this cycle, and now that this has been done, once this is done, you may even feel like, I know it looks like you wouldn't, but you may even feel better, because now you get to get back up, take all of this off, and the load is done, right? Whatever got hashed out, and now life gets to turn in a way that you can not feel chained, but rather grounded and safe. So definitely a more heavy week. Let's get some more information on your charms here, group 1. See what else is coming up for you, so you can have a more enlightened and empowered week for yourself. So let's go ahead and start looking into those charms. So, okay, group 1, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance coming in for group 1 on their week ahead, the week ahead for group 1. Okay. Let's see what you got here. Okay. So, smaller amount here, honestly. They're not giving us a lot, but just enough, So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in so you can see more of what is happening here in the center. And we can go ahead and get started. So here in your central ring, you have a couple of new things coming into this that were not there before. So maybe the fights that have been breaking out are having to do with a work or financial situation, because you do have 2 different charms showing up having to do with finances. This is the financial stability charm, because it is a safety pin. You feel safe in your stable, or you feel like you can become more safe and confident too, because it's so golden. Makes me think of that Queen of Wands. And then you have a fake coin here, which means someone's being fake in your workplace. They're being that 5 of Swords. They're being less true. So if you're working with people, if you're even working online or networking with people this week, maybe be sure that the people aren't, snakes. They're not here for something else, or trying to, manipulate you into a situation, trying to put on this cheery face and saying, oh yeah, I'm confident in what I'm doing. And it can be like a scam. It could be like a situation in which they just don't really have any genuine interest in who you are. They're being more fake, and it's just important to make sure that this cycle doesn't continue. It's time to break that cycle, because you also had the cycle charm right underneath it, and then you also had that life keeps on turning, right? So it's making me think that this isn't the first time this has happened, and it's time to break that right now. So if you have someone in your life that's causing these fake feelings, this can be with your family or your workplace more specifically, that's creating this for you, this like sticky, icky energy, then it's time to let them go because they aren't genuine, they aren't there for you. You also have here the pet's charms. This could be any pet. It doesn't have to be a dog necessarily, like this charm is showcasing, but it does represent pets. It does represent different ones and how they can be really beneficial to you this week. So if you have a pet, make sure to give them lots of cuddles, or make sure to receive the love that they are giving you this week. Be sure to really like let them come over, make sure to take them on that walk, be sure to like really give them that extra little treat, whatever it is being showcased here that they are going to be a really good support system for you this week. So really let them come in and give you those cuddles, give you that love, and receive that support that they can be. You also have a charm here showcasing people on all sides, because this always makes me think of people, like little people. So you feel maybe cornered or put in a situation where you are at the spotlight, you are in the center, you are part of this group, but you feel like you're being, put in the spotlight. So if you're feeling like someone is trying to single you out specifically, like I said, put those confident pants on, even if you have to fake it to make it kind of situation. But it's really important that you put this confidence back in yourself. Make sure you're not being lured or told, this is what you should do, this is what you should do, someone bossing you around or telling you what you need to do in your workplace, in your networking, or within your family dynamics. It's really important to put your foot down and not be lured by that song. And then you also have here the Sagittarius charm, but it didn't fall on like this way, which makes me think of an actual person being a Sagittarius. And instead it went this way, which says optimistic. So if there is a Sagittarius, maybe they're going to be the one in their sun, moon, or rising sign that's actually going to be really helpful for you this week in gaining that confidence, because it is showcasing optimistic, or just in general that you may be feeling more optimistic now that this situation has happened. So this may have been that this happened like last week, and now you're trying to get past that. Life keeps on turning, and now it's how do you stable and ground yourself now that this has happened, and gain that confidence back. You also lastly here have the blue moon charm, and the blue moon charm, it also says 1995 in case that is relevant to some of you, but it says blue moon, and blue moon represents once in a blue moon, a once in a blue moon opportunity, or luck is in your favor, or something that's going to be once in a blue moon is coming up this week. So maybe that has to do with your pets, maybe something that you're finally getting that pet, and that's a once in a blue moon kind of situation. Or maybe you're allergic to pets and this is like the one time you're gonna finally see them. Or it can be that it's like you're just gonna have, there's this quote that I really love. I'm gonna have to get it. And so it's in this 2019 bullet journal that I have, and so it says here, right here, it says, sometimes all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage, just literally 20 seconds of embarrassing bravery, and I promise something great will come of it. And that is what is making me think of this blue moon, right? Like, this is your opportunity to really put your foot down, put that 20 seconds of just insane bravery, stand up to this person, stand up against this energy even that could be holding you back from your dreams, from what you want out of life, your life's purpose, whatever it is that they're being, holding you back from, especially within your finances and career. It's time to put your foot down, time to have that Queen of Wands energy, tell them and be assertive, right? So this is your once in a blue moon opportunity, and maybe this is because this is the week that they're actually going to listen, or this is the week that you finally have the courage based off of this optimism, seeing as it's right next to this situation. I really just think that you're going to have the support that you need so that you can actually stand up and not be lured by this song. So I'm going to go ahead and do a recap here for you, group 1. It seems like it's going to be a difficult week, but I really do think if you guys do put your foot down, if you do, stop this cycle that's been continuing for a while of people, maybe you're just too nice or too sensitive, or you let people in, and these aren't necessarily bad traits, but when people take advantage of them, it's on them, right? Like, it's not on you, it's on them, for them taking advantage of you. So if you feel like someone's been taking advantage of you, taking advantage of your weakest points, or trying to manipulate your answers and your thoughts, just don't listen, you know? Don't listen to that song. Don't let them in to your head and fill it with lies and this fake energy, okay? You do you. Feel grounded in your own thoughts, in your own opinions, in your own ideas, because they are wonderful and magnificent. And this may have happened over and over again, but it's time to stop it. It's time to pull those swords out, stand up strong, and show that even though you've been through a lot, you're going to stand up stronger now, right? Like, you got this Queen of Wands energy. You've got this, okay? And it may even be that some of these, like, past feelings have been coming up too, that it may not be like this is actually happening, but you may feel the feelings that you had when it did, and that's coming up this week. So for some of you, it also can be that you're healing, finding confidence in yourself, in this once in a blue moon situation. So let that come in. Definitely let that come in, and not listen to that inner voice saying that they are, you know, all-knowing or something. So with all of that, group 1, I hope you enjoyed this reading here with me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I truly, truly do. I wish the best for you guys. Please be sure to give this video a like if you did like it. And also, please be sure to let me know in the comments down below if this resonated for you, depending on the different charms or how these specific cards may have resonated. I'm always curious and love the feedback. And even if you don't want to talk about the specifics of what the cards may be saying, feel free to leave some optimism or some sort of beautiful quote or something that maybe has struck you in a way that you want to give back to someone down in the comments. So if you have advice, if you have something you want to tell someone, or if you just want to bring some positivity in someone's life based off of their pile, feel free to let us know down in the comments. I always encourage such positivity. And lastly, if you are new to the channel and this is one of your very first videos here with me, a very warm and wonderful welcome. It's lovely to have you guys here playing around with these charms and everything. And in case you didn't catch it in the beginning, I do these readings on timeless readings as well as monthly blessings readings and these weekly readings every single Monday, although that may be changing here soon. Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious if you guys think I should change anything around to get more timeless videos in, but there's still going to be those different 3 types of readings on this channel and other fun content as well. So if you're interested in any of that, feel free to subscribe and join this community. I'd love to have you guys here. So before I waffle on anymore, I really do wish the best for your guys' week, sending such confident vibes your way. I hope you feel them, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hello group 2, if you've decided to choose this different little clear quartz point as well as these sunflower petals, I was going to say flowers, sunflower petals, then this is the pile for you. I'm going to go ahead and set both of those down right here for you so you can see them during your reading, as today we are going to be using the charms, the watercolor affirmations. We're also going to be using the Celtic Lenormand deck, the Sea Melodies deck, and the oracle deck of choice this week is, or the tarot deck of choice this week is the Everyday Tarot. So I hope you guys had a wonderful week last week and that the month has been treating you well and that things have been going smoothly as possible, and if not, we're going to get some more insights into that today. So let's go ahead and get started for you, group 2. So group 2, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance coming in for group 2 on their week ahead. What do we need to know about group 2 for their week ahead? Any energy, insights, or guidance coming in for group 2. Group 2, what do we need to know? Group 2, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance. So you have here the 6 of Cups. Also feeling this top card, as well as the 4 of Wands. Okay, let's see what else. These are all very nice so far. So group 2, we're looking for any information, energy. There we go, some energy right there. And then you also have here the Knight of Pentacles. All right, so the Six of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. Let's see what else is coming in with the Celtic Lenormand deck. So group two, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance coming in for group two for their week ahead. Just a couple too many. So group two, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance for group two for their week ahead. Okay. So we have here the songbirds. This one falls out all the time. You guys must be a chatty bunch or have just been lately more chatty. But with each of these Celtic Lenormand cards, they show a different number at the top and at the bottom, so these may resonate for some of you. So we have the number 12 here, as well as the 7 of Pentacles or the 7 of Diamonds here, so that may resonate for some of you differently. It may be a more personal message for some of you. So let's go ahead and look at your C Melodies Oracle message here. So group two, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance coming in for group two here. Group two, we're looking for anything that may come up for your week that we need to hear about in energy, insights, or guidance. All right, so guidance message here of dive. You don't find pearls on the seashore, right? Dive deeper, dive in. So there you go. And then lastly, we're going to go ahead and do a watercolor affirmation card here. But before we do, I just want to remind you guys to stay tuned later on for the charms. So group two here, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance coming in. All right, so what do we got here? So we have mindset is key. Mindset is key. It really is. Our mind can make such a difference on our week, such a difference on how we look at things, the outlook of things. So that's really interesting as well to have coming up with all of these cards. So let's go ahead and start diving into these messages. So I'm seeing a couple different things showing up here, but for those of you who may be single right now or looking for, either a new friendship or even if you're just waiting for anyone on a platonic or romantic level from someone, you do have like an offering sort of showing up here. So someone offering you something, offering you a cup, offering you emotion. And then you also have the Four of Wands here, which represents celebrations, weddings, things like that. So if you're going to a wedding or going to, obviously be safe, but if you're going to a wedding or if you are going to a really big celebratory event or something like that, that is very social, seeing as we have this social sort of situation happening here. Someone may be offering you something. They may be offering you a job because you do have the Knight of Pentacles here, so that can be a more career-based level. But for those of you who are maybe seeking love or seeking something like that at this time, there may be someone of the Knight of Pentacles energy offering you something in terms of an emotional response here. So with the Knight of Pentacles, they are the type of person who is more slow and steady. They are the turtle type of energy. They take things slower. Slow and steady wins the race kind of situation. They are very responsible. They are very good with finances, good with getting things sorted out. They're very good at structure, and they don't take very big risks. They may not be the most charming person. They're the type of like nice guy energy, but they offer a lot in terms of longevity and everything. So that's sort of showing up for some of you, but you may feel like they're not the most charming person, and maybe that's the mindset that you've had right now, is that you feel like you're not ready to dive in for someone who's more stable. You're looking for something a little bit more, free-flowing or carefree, and if that's what you're going for, then maybe this isn't the person for you, and it does depend on your mindset and things. But if you are also looking for a career position in this terms, that can also apply to you if you're looking for something like that and someone's offering you a career opportunity, offering you networking or something like that. They may have something really great for you. It just depends on if it's something that you're wanting or not. It all depends on your perspective, and at the end of the day, you get to choose whether or not it's good for you. And right now, because you have that mindset as key, it's not really showcasing to me either way. It just kind of depends on how you're going to look at the situation. If you don't think that they're charming enough, or if you don't feel like the opportunity is for you, then just go with your gut response there. Maybe even talk it out. But you don't find pearls on the seashore. So at least put yourself out there. At least let yourself listen and hear them out before shutting them out right away like this shell. Really let those pearls come through, because there may be something that they're offering that's very special and something that can only happen at this time for you. So that's something to at least look into. The other thing too is with the Six of Cups and also the Four of Wands is you may be reminiscing for some of you on either reminiscing on your childhood, and maybe if you didn't have the greatest childhood or something like that, you may be talking it out. You have maybe been diving a little bit deeper, but some of that, I feel like you might be coming through a breakthrough for some of you. If you had something going on in your childhood, if you had any trauma there, if you had things that weren't really working very well for you, or if you needed that breakthrough, that closure, there is something to celebrate there. There is a nugget of something that you're finding, a pearl within the muck and yuck, there's something great there that you are, uncovering. So that's something really sweet to be seeing. Also on top of that too, for you guys who have had a great childhood, you may just be reminiscing on that or just enjoying that offering that may be coming your way. And you may even be, planning a wedding or working on a wedding or working on a birthday, or you maybe just recently had a birthday or something like that is showing up here. So very big celebratory events are happening. So you may be offered, as in someone sending you an invite or inviting you to these celebratory events, or you in general are feeling the offering someone to celebrate with you. So someone may be offering to show you, or rather celebrate with you for a birthday or celebrate your birthday. So just depends on the outlook and the mindset here. But it's definitely a more social week. It definitely has more networking and more meeting new people, finding those little nuggets and things within your memories showing up here, and celebratory events. So let's go ahead and move on to your charms group 2. Such great energy so far. Honestly, everything's been pretty positive, and at least if it's not super positive, the offerings that you get, there's still something that you may unlock about yourself through them. So that's something good too. There's learning experience there. So let's go ahead and look at your charms group 2. Group 2, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance coming in for group 2. Group 2. What do we need to know about group 2? The week ahead. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick up and sort out these charms and see what you have going on here. So, okay. All right, so there's a couple there's some new information coming in here, honestly. So this is really interesting to see. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in so that you can see more of what's going on here. And then we'll go ahead and start talking about your inner ring. So the inner ring is the heart of the situation, the biggest, most important thing happening here that we need to talk about. And what you have here at the center of your week is the bear paw charm. And for those of you who have been on this channel for a while, one way is hibernation and one way is action. And in this case, this is the hibernation side, which means you're hibernating. You're in that shell, right? Like I was talking about earlier, your mindset is more closed off. You aren't allowing yourself these opportunities to come in because you've sort of closed yourself off, that shell and all of the good in the inside. So that's coming in and it's showcased here. And with that, you also got the mask charm, which means, again, more closed off energy, feeling more mysterious, feeling a little bit more like you're putting on a mask. You're putting on this, fake side of yourself. You're trying to be someone else or trying to be something that you are not. And it's about being more authentic and being more yourself this week, because you also have the transformation charm falling next to the I always think of this as like a not growing flower, because it's like this dark, gloomy flower. So it showcases that you've lost some of that spark, or at least people can't see because it's been masked. So it's about putting yourself out there, putting that uniqueness of yourself out there this week, being not only yourself, but being authentically yourself, letting yourself shine as well. So it's not just like showing up as yourself, but really letting those parts of yourself not only be there, but shined to other people. So you're really putting a spotlight on them versus hiding away, or at least these charms are urging you to, or at least giving you that guidance, because otherwise you're just going to hibernate and let these opportunities literally miss you by. Then you also had that transformation, but this one also makes me think of nostalgia, because I don't know if any of you guys had these little butterfly clips as a kid, but this is actually one that I had, and so it just like opens up, and so it makes me think that you're opening up as well. You're letting yourself shine, you're letting yourself and your maybe even your more playful childlike self shine as well, that's felt a little locked, felt a little put back, especially if you had a harder childhood, or if you just have a harder time working with that playful energy. You also have the tie charm here, so it makes me think that you're feeling tied up or feeling tied to someone, and that someone in this case is a Sagittarius. This also showed up in group 1, so if this has something to do with group 1, feel free to check over there. It was a very different pile, but being as you had Sagittarius pop up again, it just makes me think that maybe some of you might feel connected to it, so that's something to look into. But because you have Sagittarius falling this way instead of this way, it actually has something to do with the person. So you may feel tied up with the person, or feel like the person that is coming in, bringing these opportunities, or even maybe holding you back and masking you, depending on your guys' situation, whatever resonates, may be a Sagittarius in their sun, moon, or rising sign. So that's something else to keep in mind. You also have the not listening charm. So there may be someone in your life, possibly that Sagittarius, that you are not listening to on purpose. Maybe you are not listening to their advice anymore. You're not listening to their lies or their, fakeness as well, seeing as that's there. Or you're taking those headphones off, just like they were showcasing before with the pearl message and that like shell message, and that you're feeling closed off. You're not listening to people. You're not listening to the opportunities. You're not listening to the signs that are coming in and pushing great opportunities your way, great abundance and love and opportunities, because maybe you feel you are not worthy of it, or maybe you are persistent in not allowing these gifts to come in. Because you also have here the persistence charm, because it's chipped, it's gone through a lot, and you're still being very persistent, next to the gifts charm. So this could be that you just don't want to listen to any of your psychic gifts. You may not want to listen to the opportunities that are being gifted to you, because you may not feel like you are worthy, or you are doubting yourself and hibernating from them. You're not allowing them in. And for some of you, maybe it's for a good reason. Maybe you need to be guarded. Maybe you need to be persistent because this person is not for you, or you feel these opportunities are not for you. But for some of you, it really is. I really think that you can have your fairy tale moment of like things just aligning at this place, at this celebration, at this moment in time, this energy coming in and being offered to you, because you do have I think of this as slightly on the divine timing kind of charm, because it is Cinderella, and they have that clock, that divine timing kind of moment, where everything just sort of changes the scene, and you've got her losing the slipper, and then that causes a chain reaction to meet again. So it may be that this opportunity happens in a very weird or interesting and playful way. Or also this tells me too that you may feel like you can't have this fairy tale. You can't have what you envision because you are doubting it or not allowing yourself to have it. And it's time to release that thought, because it does fall on the release moon. So I really think you guys should release the idea of perfection, yes, but also release the idea that you can't have, even close to perfection or close to something that could be good for you. You don't have to be at the complete opposite extreme, okay? So it's really exciting to see you guys maybe coming out of your shell well this week, seeing that you're maybe listening more to, these psychic gifts, or listening to that side of yourself that does want to come out of your shell, that does want to come out of this hibernation, that does want to listen to the opportunities and dive deeper. So I'm going to go ahead and do a recap here for you, group 2 here. You're going through a playful, nostalgic part of yourself, or at least opening up and celebrating the goodness of your childhood, or of, just nostalgic moments beyond your childhood, your teenage years, something like that, depending on your age, depending on where you're at in life, your golden years, whatever it is for you, you're reflecting on that. You're also possibly having offerings of love or opportunities in your career, in networking, that are coming in. As you can see, there's the offering that's being showcased here, possibly because you feel like you don't deserve it, you're not allowing yourself to have this, but these gifts are coming in regardless. So it always depends on your mindset, depends on if you're going to let yourself dive in and going to let yourself chitter and chatter away to these people, and really let yourself just see what's, out there. Just be playful, just be more open to the idea, because if you do, you may find that pearl, you may find that beautiful nugget, that beautiful gift that comes in, possibly from a Sagittarius, or just in yourself, for energy that's coming in, and allowing yourself to take this mask off, allowing yourself to be the butterfly again, instead of just staying in the cocoon. And I'm not saying that everything is perfect or everything will go well in these opportunities, but there is something beautiful that can be coming from them and can grow and bloom again. So embrace these opportunities and embrace these beautiful celebrations in your life, whether they are small or big, because they are there. So with all of that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading here with me. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of these different charms, and what these cards may represent for you. And even if you would like to keep it less personal, feel free to just send someone else some wonderful love, send some inspiration, a beautiful quote, or just something of encouragement for those in the comments for their week. I always think that's really lovely and a great thing to do. And also, please be sure to give this video a like if you really did like it. It really does help this channel continue to grow and this community to continue to flourish, so I appreciate that so much. Also, let me know in the comments if you'd like, what you think about these readings, if you guys have been here for a while, if you'd like me to change them up, or if you'd like me to keep them the same with the weekly or timeless videos. And lastly, before I ramble any further, I want to say a warm and wonderful welcome to those of you who are new, and this is one of your very first videos with me. As I was saying earlier, I may be changing things up, but at this current moment, every single Monday, regardless of the change, I will always be doing a new video and reading. So that reading could be a timeless reading, a monthly blessings reading, or a reading on your week like we have done here today. So if you're interested in any of that, or this beautiful, positive tarot and charm loving community to join in on, feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you guys here, and I'd love to read for you more often. And before I talk any longer and ramble anymore, I wish you guys the best for your week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, group 3. If you've decided to choose this piece of emerald, as well as these little dandelion seeds or little fluff balls, then this is the pile for you. I'm going to go ahead and set both of those down right here for you today, as we are going to be using the charms, the watercolor affirmations. We're also going to be using the Sea Melodies deck, the Celtic Lenormand deck, and today's deck of choice for tarot is the Everyday Tarot. So I hope you guys had a wonderful week, and that this month has been treating you well, and that things have been going well so far for you. And if not, we'll get some more information here today. But let's go ahead and get started. So group 3, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance coming in for group 3 for their week ahead. The week ahead for group 3. Any energy, insights, or guidance coming in for group 3 here. Alright, so you have the World card. Let's see what else decides to pop up here. So group 3, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance coming in for group 3 for their week ahead. So group 3, we're looking for any information, energy, guidance, or context to your week for group 3. Okay, just feeling this one here. So here you have the Tower card. So let's see what else. So group three, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance coming in for group three for their week ahead. Group three. Group three, what do we need to know in energy, insights, or guidance for group three for their week ahead and weekly messages here. Group three. There we go. Okay, so you also have here the Knight of Wands. So we have the World, the Tower, and the Knight of Wands. So very different energies between the three. So we're going to get some more context here. So group three, we're looking for any energy, insights, or guidance coming in. Threw out just a couple too many there. So we're going to start again here. But all right, so group three. Very jumpy today. They want to tell you too much. Okay, so group three, we're looking for any information. Here we go. So you also have here the dog, very loyal companion, and on that you have the number 18 and the 10 of hearts or the 10 of cups. So this may resonate differently for each of you, so feel free to utilize those numbers to figure out different signs or other things that may come up for you personally, but that is the dog. So let's see what else is coming in here with these sea melodies. So group three, we're looking for something. So we have here explore, map show what has already been discovered, go another way. And there's a little map there in the corner, so explore. It's really fun. Okay, and then lastly here, we're going to do a watercolor affirmation, but before I do this though, I just want to remind you guys to stay tuned later for the video to see the charm cast, to see even more intricate details on your week. So group three, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance coming in. Ooh, this one right here. So you have listen before you act. That's also showing up for you guys as well. So you have kind of a mixed bag. So I'm going to go ahead and start diving into them here. So before we start talking about the tower, for those of you who are familiar with the tower, I want to talk about a couple other things first. So you have here the Knight of Wands and also this dog. And as you can see, they're both facing the same direction. You even almost have the flames coming down this dog and the flames coming down this horse. And I just think that's beautiful imagery to talk about how these are very similar cards and how they really do tell us a story here that you have a Knight of Wands totally supporting you, totally on your side, on your corner, in your corner, working in your favor right now. And so a Knight of Wands is someone who is very fiery, very quick, very sometimes has a bit of a temper, but they also are on your side, so they're going to be like that brother bear. They're going to really like be your friend, be on your side. The other thing about the dog too, it does talk about friendship, it talks about family, it talks about people who continue to be loyal and come back every time, right? So even though things are difficult, even though you have these clouds looming, this wind in their face, they're going to go against anything that they need to be in your corner. Okay, so you really have someone who is supporting you right now, someone who is your rock, someone who is your friend, someone who is very much there for you, very passionate and wants to be in your corner at all times. And I just really want to let you guys know that because that's showing up here for you and that's so wonderful to see. But there's something else that's happening within either this relationship, which it always does resonate differently for some of you, but if it is not the relationship, because I really do feel like it's a very loyal and true one, it may be that you're having to move away from this person or work away from them, not because you want to, but because you've completed a cycle with them or completed something with them, and like maybe you're not in school anymore and you don't see them as often, or maybe you have to move away, or there's some sort of communication loss there that may be happening for some of you because you're exploring. You know, Maps show what has already been discovered, go another way, listen before you act, is showcasing to me that you need to listen to yourself and find out if you need to leave this person, not because you willingly wanted to, but because maybe you need to explore. Maybe you need to look at other people or explore just beyond them. It doesn't even mean that you're leaving them. Maybe you need to explore other options for friends. Find more than just that one person, because maybe you are just putting a little too much pressure on them to be so supportive that you need other rocks in your life. You need other variety of people. You need more maps, more people to listen to you. So that's showing up here too. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, as this is very much, I feel like maybe more of you chose this pile, seeing how mixed bag it is. So definitely take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But let's go ahead and move on to this tower. The tower and the world here are showcasing to me that the world tells us something that is of completion, that you feel achievement in something, that you feel very like, I did it, I'm amazing. And I'm not saying you aren't. Definitely give yourself that pat on the back. But because it has ended now, because you have achieved something, beginnings hide themselves in ends, right? And you're going through an end at the moment, and that doesn't necessarily mean something bad. Sometimes they just are very bittersweet. And you have here the tower, the bittersweet side of it, that you're having to break down a foundation that you built because you're ready to explore something else. So this could be that you're exploring a new career, even though you were great in the one that you were in. Maybe you're just ready to try something new, or just try something new even on a smaller side within your career, or something smaller within your life, or within your hobbies, or within just yourself and the way that you view yourself, or within your studies. It really just depends on your personal life and how things are going. But I really do see some of you needing to just purge or break down this tower, not because it wasn't working, but because you've completed it. You built the sandcastle, and now it's ready to let the waves come in so you can build another, right? So what is your next sandcastle? What is this next thing? What are they ready to support you in? Is it a new friendship? Is it that you're gaining a new friendship? Or is it that you are ready to find new friends beyond this person, or find more support? Or explore new places even, maybe moving away from the place that you live. It really does depend on you specifically, but there really is movement, there is a need for change, and that there is a beginning hiding themselves in this end. There is bittersweet, but there is such sweetness to be found. And then with this listen before you act as well, that one kind of threw me for a small loop there, but you have listen before you act. So if you're feeling like you don't want to leave this person behind, be sure that you're still being loyal. Be sure that you're still listening to their concerns, or listening to what they want to support you in. And also just listening before you act in general is never a bad thing to do. So it may be that you get into a confrontation this week, or there is some sort of situation that may arise between you and a friend here with this Knight of Wands. And you're exploring this type of relationship, this change that is happening, because you also have this fire happening with this Knight of Wands, and then this fire in this tower, which is making me think that something maybe is shaking up here within your relationship, not necessarily in a bad way, but definitely in a way that you're going to have to listen before you act. So before you feel like you just need to leave them behind and go, or do whatever it is that you need to do that is ready for this change, this new sandcastle, explore what else they have to say. Listen to their side and see if there's something that they can bring into this castle to make it even better, to make it even stronger, So it really does depend on the way that it is resonating for you guys. But I'm going to go ahead and get some more details for you so we can get some more information on this friendship and where this tower is specifically coming from with this world card and this achievement. So let's go ahead and start looking at your charms group 3 here and see what else you have coming in, because it really just seems like you're exploring new options and trying new things out, starting this new sandcastle that has hidden itself in this end, but I'm not really sure what the end is. So let's see what else we can get here. So group 3, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance coming in on group 3's week ahead, or on each of these different messages that have already come in for clarity here. So group 3, we're looking for any information, energy, insights, or guidance for their week ahead. Took me me a minute to find some of those. I was dropping charms everywhere and I could hear it, but I couldn't help myself to keep, going. So I'm going to pick all of those up here. But I'm going to go ahead and start sorting each of these charms out so we can see more of what's happening here and look more deeply into what's happening. So let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in so you can see more of what's happening, and we'll go ahead and get started on what here is in your central ring. So here in the center of your week, we have a few different things showing up here, and the first thing is you have more love, loyalty, that sort of thing. So someone is definitely loyal in your life or is about to become very loyal, and a new friendship for you. Something on that line is coming in because you have love and loyalty and friendship coming up here with the Clara here. I believe I said that right. I never know if I am. But here with this charm, you have that coming in. Next to that, though, you have persistence, a silver lining, and then the ornament charm, which makes me think of traditions, makes me think of someone still on your same level or understands your needs and wants and values and morals in life. So there is a silver lining happening here. And then persistence. So like I said, I feel like you may be moving away from this person or moving towards this person, and you may feel like you're having this resistance, right? You're like this tug of war, like you're like, no, I can't leave them behind, or I can't, continue to explore something beyond them. And this could be literally physically moving from them. This could be moving to a new career, and maybe they were your coworker, or it could even be that they were just someone who had the same hobby as you, so you went to the same yoga class, or you went to the same this or that, and in doing so, you knew each other, and because you have to leave this place, it's a lot harder. You're going to have to put more work in, and you're going to have to be more persistent to keep this relationship alive and keep it going. But it is definitely a true one. It is a trooper, and there is silver lining in this experience, so you're going to grow. You're going to have something good come from it, even though it may feel like you're trying to rip yourself apart from them at this moment. And like I said, this can be friendship, but it could be like a more romantic sense too, depending because you also had that ornamental, which makes me think of tradition, which makes me think of marriage. So it kind of just depends on your situation. But you also have the letter Z showing up here. So maybe the place you're going, or the things that are changing, or even the person that we've been talking about, this friend, has something to do with the letter Z, but that is showing up here next to the pendulum charm. And the pendulum is one that just keeps going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it's not making a decision. And it's time to make a decision. It's time to let this stop on the place that you need to go, and that new horizon of yours, that new exploration, It makes me think of like dowsing, when people would literally put a pendulum over the top of a map to figure out where they're going to go, or they throw a dart on a map and that's where they figure out where they're going to go. It's more spontaneous, but maybe you need that right now. You also have the Fault in Our Stars showing up here, which makes me think that maybe on a completely different level, some of you are feeling a bit more insecure this week, or feeling like your faults and the things that maybe you're not as good at, or that you may feel more insecure with, are not something that can be also a strength, and you only are seeing them as weaknesses. But the whole point of this story of the Fault in Our Stars is about seeing things as they truly are, the authentic parts of ourselves, and finding strength in that. So definitely find your strengths in those weaknesses this week, because that's coming up as well. Which makes me think of that listen before you act as well. So for some of you, it may be that you've just been listening to this inner voice and acting upon it, acting upon it in the way that you see or view yourself, and you're trying to, change yourself for someone, or change yourself in a different way for yourself. But maybe you need to listen to other people, get a different perspective, and be like, oh wait, maybe my faults are actually super awesome, and they're that silver lining there, that strength of mine. So that's also coming up here. With the exploration, you do have the Knight of Wands sort of showing up in this charm. I really should replace this one at some point, but I just love it too much. This is part of a birthday candle, so this can be about birthdays for some of you, which also showed up a bit in pile number 2 if you're curious. But this is a birthday candle, but because it's a real candle, it has gotten a little dirty over the years. But it does mean that you're sparking something, right? You're igniting something. You're ready for something to be celebrated on as well, because you have that World card, which makes me think, again, something is coming to an end. Something has come full circle, and you get to enjoy and appreciate and be in the moment with that. You also have here this rose quartz piece, which also makes me think that you are being more loving and you're healing yourself by changing this direction, because you can see they have these little directional marks. So I think you're going in a direction, but it's something that you are healing from, and you're finding healing and love and grace in it. And abundance too. So not only are you getting more self-love this week that you're igniting, but you're also igniting abundance, because you have the pumpkin seed, which is all about abundance. It's all about also spirituality. Makes me think of Samhain, makes me think of ancestors. So you may be igniting something like that, a connection with your ancestors, or connecting with that career side of yourself, like I was talking about earlier, where you may be changing your mind there. And lastly here, on the new moon, you have the comfort charm. So this is your like creature comforts. This is getting in bed with Netflix up and chilling and, not being maybe productive, but you're just having that creature comfort come in. And that fell on the new moon. And the new moon is about purging things, collecting your thoughts, and putting in your new moon intentions so that the cycle can continue to make you strive towards things that are better for you. Because you had this fall on the new moon, it makes me think that you are purging these comforts. You are breaking that shell. You are moving out of that earthly energy, especially if some of you are earth signs. I know I am an earth sign as well in my sun, and it is for me Taurus, so I feel like I'm always kind of stubborn, more persistent, wanting to stay where I am, like you kind of are here, holding back from change. But change is really good for you. You have this tower moment, so no matter what, it's coming for you. It just depends on if you're going to embrace it or not, if you're going to explore it or not, and if you want to keep that support in your life or not. And it all just has to do with you and your ideas on these comforts. So where are you being more comfortable? You're trying to keep these comforts in, and where do you need to maybe be more risky? Maybe put more of yourself out there. Maybe let this pendulum be more spontaneous and ignite something that can be good for self-care and also for abundance, for your spirituality, for connecting with ancestors, anything on those levels, because that is starting to come in for you. Those traditions may be changing, that side of yourself may be changing, and you're gaining new perspective, and you're also gaining these silver linings. So this is so good. This energy is so good for you. It's breaking you free, and it's letting you find those new beginnings that hide themselves in ends. So I'm really excited to see what you guys let me know in the comments, because I'm really curious to see how this is resonating for some of you and where this is going, because like I said, it's kind of different for each of you. But I'll just do a quick recap here. There's definitely someone very loyal in your life of this Knight of Wands energy, or there's someone coming into your life based off of this tower moment. So it kind of just depends on if you're heading towards them or if you're having to kind of resist against them. But you are exploring new places. This tower moment, this change is coming your way. So just listen before you act as well, and take things a little, maybe be more spontaneous, but you also have to listen to other people's ideas as well. So it kind of just depends on which way you want to go there, because you're being showcased sort of two different directions. And then you also have the World card here, and the World card, things are coming full circle. So again, new beginnings come from endings. They may be bittersweet, but there are beautiful silver linings and things to celebrate in these new explorations. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of this today. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like. I really do appreciate all of the support that you can give me, and this is one wonderful way to support me and this beautiful community. Also, please be sure to let me know in the comments how this resonated with you guys specifically, or if you want to just give someone some personal encouragement down in the comments. Always is lovely to see, so feel free to do that as well. And lastly, if you are new to the channel and this is one of your very first videos with me, I may be changing things up here on how the channel is being run, but no matter what, there's always a new video every single Monday, so I invite you to join in every Monday for either a weekly forecast, a timeless video, or a reading at the beginning of each month on your monthly blessings. So if any of that interests you, or tarot, or these charm casts, or just this beautiful tarot and charm loving community, then feel free to join in by subscribing. I'd love to have you guys here. Such a warm welcome to those of you who are new, and those of you who have been here for a while and continue to watch these ending bits. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next one before I ramble on anymore. And I'm wishing you the best for your week. See y'all in the next one. Bye.